Anyone here? Mary opens the door and enters. For a moment, after she catches sight of me, she looks ready to burst into tears, and then quickly gives way to a smile. It's Ocarine. What's up? Oh, nothing. I decided to stop by. Hehehe. I swallow hard. Maybe I should explain the situation to Mayuri, but I know she'll feel guilty if I tell her. Mayuri doesn't need to know. Everything will be as long as we crack 7's database and reach the beta world line. You know, I haven't talked much to Ocarine lately. But you know, I don't want to be a burden on Ocarine. Can I really let it end like this? Shouldn't I tell what Chris is sacrificing for her sake? Did you take a shower? Maya moves behind the sofa and grabs the bath towel on my head and starts rubbing my hair dry. You smell good, like shampoo. I don't mind the towel so much, but she brushes her nose into my hair and starts sniffing. Stop that. I jerk my head away. Mary goes back to drying my hair. You know, I didn't go to Korima today. Huh? Why? I was thinking about Ocarine. When I go to Aike, I remember how sad you looked. And then I thought I shouldn't be having fun at Korima. So I turned around and came all the way back. So, sorry for making you worry. Should I tell her? Or should I keep her in the dark? You know, I haven't talked much with Ocarine lately. Maybe Mayushi's getting a little lonely. Mayushi, how would you feel if I said I was keeping a secret from you? You mean, like Ocarine and Chris are actually dating? Where did that come from? Ocarine and Chris try and get along really well, right? I think you two are meant for each other. No, it's nothing like that. Oh, okay. You don't have to tell me everything, if you don't want to. Besides, it's normal to keep secrets from your hostage. This isn't time for that. Mayuri's hand leaves my head. I look over my shoulder in panic, thinking she wandered off again. She's there. I grab her hand, perhaps more forcefully than I meant to. Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden. Again. So I'll wait until Ocarine's ready to tell me. Just like I said yesterday. Just like I said yesterday, remember? And if I decide to never tell you? Well, I'll be curious. Really curious. But if that's what you want, even if my secret involves you? Mayushi? I haven't told you because I don't want to hurt you. Is that why Ocarine looks so sad all the time? Then I do want to know. I don't like it when Ocarine's sad. Even if that means you might get hurt? Mayu replies with a gentle smile. Yeah. She nods without any hesitation. Her smile is so sincere, it strikes me speechless. Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden. When Mayushi was sad because of what happened to Granny, Ocarine took Mayushi's hostage, remember? That's why Mayushi always thought that whenever Ocarine's sad, she could lend her strength to him, you know? Mayushi might not be useful, though. Useful? Suddenly, I remember. Mayuri is gonna die tomorrow. I've been through it once before. She died protecting me, and her last words were, finally, Mayushi was useful to Ocarine. So this is what she meant. I don't want to see you hurting. Very well. If this is how she feels, I'll tell her everything. I let go of Mayuri's hand and pat on the sofa beside me. Take a seat. Mayushi does as she told. Can I get some snacks? This is serious, remember? Oh, right. Mayuri sits up straight with her hands folded on her lap. Okay, ready. Everything I'm about to tell you is true. It's related to the dreams you had. I plan to sacrifice one of your friends for your sake. One of our friends. Eh? Ocarine? Anxiety clouds Mayuri's face, but I ignore it and take her chin with my fingers. A switch has already flipped inside of me. You will soon regret your curiosity, my dear. For the deeds of the great Hoin Kiyoma are many and terrible. And soon, I begin speaking as the mad scientist whose foolish experiments brought everything to ruin. I start with the first raid on the lab and I tell Mayuri how Mocha killed her. Next, I tell her about Suzuha and Ferris, about Luca, Mocha, FB and Ney. I describe their fates in every detail. And finally, I tell her about Krisu. By sacrificing Maske Krisu, I'll embark on the journey to the glorious new world. There was a lot to explain and Mayuri kept asking questions, despite desperate to understand the strange concept I was throwing at her. Thanks to that, the conversation went longer than expected. It's already getting late. That is the plan most grand and diversus of the insane mad scientist, Hoin Koma. I call it Made in Heaven. Finally, it's over. Mayuri says nothing. She stares at her hands, which are clenched into tiny trembling fists. She looks ready to cry any second. What's the matter? Mayuri shakes her head and bites her lip. The whole time you and Chris-chan were hurting, Mayuri was making costumes like nothing was wrong. I feel so stupid. I don't know anything. Of course you don't. That's how I planned it. Are you disappointed in me, Mayuri? Sorry, but this is who I am. I will do anything, sacrifice anyone to accomplish my goals. Whether you like it or not, you're coming with me to the Beta World line. You're my hostage. You have no say in the matter. Let chaos descend upon the world. That is the choice of Steins Gate. Mayuri ignores my performance, gets to her feet and launches towards the door. I quickly grab her by the wrist. Where are you going? I need to see Chris-chan. Please, Ocarine, I have to talk to her. There's no way I can refuse Mayuri's request. I contact Krisu. We arrange to meet on the UPX overpass at 4:30 in the morning. I was wondering why she wanted to meet so early, but I understand once I see her. She's dragging a large suitcase. Thanks for coming to see me off. She faces us with a smile. Does that suitcase mean what I think it does? Oh, yeah it does. You going back to America? Krisu nods. I was supposed to be back at the beginning of the month, but then I ran into a certain mad scientist and ended up staying longer than planned. There's nothing else I can help you with anyways, and I don't really want to be a liability. Is she doing this for me? Or is she trying to outrun her fear? It's not my right to stop it. Even if I did, it wouldn't change anything. Today, as planned, I will crack Science database and move to the Beta World line. I made my decision. Mayuri is next to me, standing still with her head hung. What's wrong with Mayuri? Are you feeling sick? I gently nudge her back. Come on, Mayuri. She takes one step, pauses for a second, then leaps into Krisu with a cry. Whoa, what's going on? Mayuri doesn't want Chris-chan to disappear. Krisa hears the desperate plea in Mayuri's voice. She gives me a look and that asks, "Did you tell her?" I silently nod. "You can't disappear, not for Mayushi, okay?" Mayuri. Mayuri doesn't want to live if Chris-chan has to die. I expected Mayuri might say that. It's absolutely essential that I remain firm. I feel bad for Krisu, but it needs to be said. This is the way it has to be. I choose you, Mayuri. You have no obligation to live. You have an obligation to live. There we go. The pain stabs through my heart. These words, reprehensible? Krisu and I made a pact. She agreed to trade her life for yours. If that sacred contract is broken, this world is doomed. I clench my fist tight to suppress my self-loathing. Don't put Krisu's feeling to waste, Mayuri. But... Thank you, Mayuri. Krisu wraps her arms around Mayuri's back, returning the hug. But this was my decision too. I'm okay with it. Really. Okabe loves you, you know? What? What are you saying? It's true, isn't it? She gives me a mischievous smile. Mischievous? There we go. It would make him really sad if you died. You don't want him to be sad, do you? But if Chris-chan goes away, it'll make Mayushi sad. Yeah, I know, it makes me sad too. This was going to happen eventually. I had to go back to America sooner or later. So even if you move to another world line, just think of me as being in America. It's practically the same thing. That's not the problem. I don't want Chris-chan to disappear. Let's stop this, okay? Don't make Chris-chan disappear. Krisu separates from Mayuri and gazes straight into her face. You have to listen to us now, Mayuri. She uses a gentle tone as if speaking to a child. Then she lightly bumps Mayuri in the head. Okabe, don't let go of her again. I know. Well, I'm off. Thank God I'll never have to see your silly face again. She punctuates her insult with a smile. She is so cheerful now, it's far cry from the shivering girl in the dark. To see her like this breaks my heart. I'm sorry. I repeat the words in my heart again and again, begging for forgiveness. Krisu turns to go. Don't go, Chris-chan. Please don't go. Don't follow me. She shouts over her shoulder. Mayuri freezes. I don't want pity. I'll only make it worse. This is my decision. Nothing you can say will change my mind. Goodbye. Promise me, Mayuri. Promise me you'll find happiness. With that, Krisu walks away. Early morning, Akihabara. Well, before sunrise, the trains are just starting to run. She disappears into the station, dragging her suitcase built behind her. Alone. Mayuri falls to her knees, her face streaked with tears. As I approach, I hear her voice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. This was my decision, and mine alone. Krisu will disappear, for I chose not to save her. I chose to bring chaos to the world. You can't forgive me, can you, Mayuri, and hate me? But even then, you're staying with me to the end. I have chosen. To save you, I will let Krisu die. So hate me, loathe me, curse my name, but I will not turn my back. No one can stop me now. Mayuri slowly stands up, then buries her face into my chest, just like she did with Krisu. Ocarine, tell me how you really feel. How I really feel? Mayuri looks straight up into my eyes. I want to know what's in your heart, your honest feelings. Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden anymore. You're not a burden. How could you think that? This is about me. Because I want to save you. Because I can't bear to lose you. Yeah. Thank you, Okuin. Thank you. Mayushi tries her hardest to smile through the tears. And then, once again, she buries her face into my chest. I've been having scary dreams lately. In those dreams, you always try to save me. They weren't dreams, were they? You were fighting to save Mayushi, weren't you? Okuin, you know, Mayushi loves you. Mayushi can smile every day because you're there for me. Can we be together from now on, too? Of course. Answer Mayuri with my embrace. How couldn't you ask that? I don't want to be apart from you either. Yeah. Mayushi will find happiness. Just like I promised Chris-chan. Yeah. Let's be happy together. We will. Never let go of me. I won't. Let me love you forever. Of course. The radiance of the rising sun pours out between the buildings. Daybreak. As the sky grows brighter, we remain in our embrace as if to reassure each other that we're still here. The time has come, and we will now commence the final phase of Operation Velocity. Mary and Dao turn to me and nod. Today is the last day of Korima. Dao wanted to attend, of course, but a little begging convinced him to prioritize the operation. I take a look around the lab. These 20 days have seen a contrast change. It's incredible to think that at one point this lab had a whole 8 members. And now we're back down to 3. The memories were made, the experiences we shared. To save Mayuri, I will undo them all. There is sorrow in me, and guilt. Engrave them deep inside my heart. I'll never forget, I mustn't forget these long, yet short summer days. But still, I choose to erase our memories. I choose to return everything to normal. Suza's mission is irrelevant. I'm not doing this for the future. Irrelevant, there we go. As long as Mayuri lives, nothing else matters. Dao, you may begin. You sure? Yeah. Dao starts typing on the keyboard on the IBM 5100. It's already connected to his main computer. This will get into Central Database, where they keep the data they mine with Echelon. There we'll locate the D-mail I sent in July 21st and erase all traces of its existence. With this, we can reach the Beta world line. At last, Mayuri will be safe. I look at Mayuri. She's on the couch sitting straight as a ramrod, with her grandmother's pocket watch pressed to her ear. Pressed to her ear. She stays still, with her eyes closed. Whenever Mayuri wants to calm down, she listens to the sound of that pocket watch. Ever since we parted with Krisu, Mayuri has said nothing about my choice. I guess she came to terms with it in her own way. The actual work I left to Dao, no problem there. While waiting for him to finish, I walk into the development room. In the center of the room is the time leap machine. I squat down and gently brush my fingers against the microwave surface. It's cool to the touch. I've made irreplaceable friends because of this thing, and because of this thing, I've hurt them. But I don't want to blame the tool. It's how you use the tool that matters. And I've got to admit, it saved me more than once. But still, once this is over, I'll destroy the time leap machine. Must never make the same mistakes again. Okuin, I found it. It's really here. The D-mail I sent? It's there? Sure is, man. Dao points at a string of characters. Her name is there, followed by the message I wrote about Chris's death. My name? My name is there. 3 lines total, each 12 characters long. The data led sound to our doorstep. At FB's instruction, Mocha and the Rounders attacked. If Suzu is right, then erasing this data, we will escape the attractor field Alpha, where 7 dominates our future. That will take us to That will take us to attractor field Beta, to the Beta world line, where within the range of convergence, to a future without Mayuri's death. Mayuri is standing next to me, gazing intensely at the monitor. She grabs my hand firmly. Ocarine. It's okay. She looks anxious, so I pat her head to calm her down. Everything's set. One press of the enter key and the data's gone. Dao stands up and gestures to the open seat. I'll leave the honor with you, Ocarine. I sit down and face the keyboard. It's time. This time, it ends. Chris's face floats through my mind. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Goodbye, Chrisu. I slowly raise my right hand. Extend my index finger. Victory is at hand. Daru twitches at my cry. That was a weird pause. With unimaginable brilliance and unwavering conviction, I have defeated our vast and powerful enemy and now stand triumphant at the field of Ragnarok. I give thanks to the comrades whose sacrifice made this victory possible. One press of the key and Chrisu will die. I firmly grip the coat at my shoulder, where it's been stitched together with jagged pink thread. The coming world is the world I wished for. I wished for Mayuri to live and Chrisu to die. That is the truth, and I must never forget it. This is the choice of Steins Gate. This is the choice of Okabe Minato. El Sai Konguru. Let the world be reborn. I swing down my finger. I miss and hit the shift key, and it was quite embarrassing fall. And strike the enter key. There's the one. After a while, the spinning stops. The colour gradually returns to normal. Reading Steiner activated. The world line has changed. I look around the room. Next to me is Dao. Behind me is Mayuri. I reach out to her and take my hand with a smile. Just check my Shining Finger. Dao. Have we met Shining Finger? Mayuri. Lukako first. Static? Okay, that's weird. I reach out to her, and she takes my hand with a smile. Everything is where it should be. It looks like nothing has changed at all. I gently touch the coat on my shoulder where Chrisu fixed a torn seam. It's gone. My coat isn't torn. The stitches, uneven from having been sewn in the dark, have disappeared. There's no trace of that ridiculous pink thread. I stand up and head to the development room. Underneath the table, the time leap machine. No, that's not the time leap machine. It's the phone wave name subject to change. The upgrades Chrisu made are gone. Nothing has changed. This world is exactly the same. In all respects, save one. Chrisu was never here. I thought I was prepared for this, but now that I'm face to face with the cruel consequences of my decision, I feel powerless. Defeat, I want to cry. What's wrong, Ocarine? Mayuri runs up and grabs my arm. Say, Mayuri, Yeah? Who was Lab Mem 004 again? I need to ask. Even though I know what the answer will be. 004? Bokuin, there's only 3 Lab Mems, remember? Okuin, Mayoshi, and Darukun. The tears come. I crumble to my knees. I cover my face with my hands. Yeah, right. Our lab doesn't have a 4th member, does it? It never did. Her existence was rejected by the world. Okuin, something really sad happened, didn't it? Mayuri rubs my back. Mayoshi is here for you, Okuin. I embrace Mayuri. I stifle my voice and cry. Please don't leave me, Mayuri. Please stay by my side forever. Mayuri tenderly strokes my head. Mayoshi will always be with you. Always. Just like this. That was just awkwardly in the other room, going, maybe I should go. Maybe he should be in Komima. Why is he not in Komima? All traces of Krisu's existence has vanished. This proves that I have returned to my original world line. This is the world I struggled to reach. The world Suzuha traveled through time to create. A world where the future is free. Nothing has changed, and yet, this is my utopia. Whew. And that is the Mayuri ending. There's still 2 endings left for this game. And to get them, we have to go much further back than ever before. All the way back to chapter 4, in fact. Yeah. But there's still a few questions that this ending hasn't quite answered yet. If you can think back to the start of the game, but we'll worry about that later. I wonder if we'll get a neat image like we did with Luca's ending. But yeah, next I'll start going through the game again, all from chapter 4, and hitting the right flags, which will lead us to another path where we choose Krisu over Mayuri. But that's for the next episode. The night of the 17th passed, the night of the 18th passed, and Mayuri still didn't die. I kept a close watch for 3 days since then. There have been no attacks, no accidents, no sign that anything might happen. This was enough to convince me that Mayuri is safe. Together with Dao, I destroyed the phone wave and the IBN 5100. Could have potentially sold the IBN, just saying. Although we have lost the ability to send D-mails, that is a small price to pay to stay below Seren's radar. Tenuji is downstairs in the Bron Tube workshop watching TV on the 42-inch CRT, like always. When I went to check out Radican, I found it open for business as usual. I searched the internet. A search of the internet turned up no mention of a satellite crash. Instead, I found a small article on the local section of a newspaper dated July 28th. It was a report on Chris's murder. There was no follow-up. The culprit is still at large. According to Darrow, the police questioned me several times. It was I who discovered the body after all. Of course, I don't remember any of that. At any rate, Mayuri is still alive. I've accomplished what I set out to do. It's over. Mayuri emerges from the ticket gate, waving her hands as she runs my way. She waves through the gate between the shoppers and maids handing out leaflets. And when she gets to me, she looks at me with puppy dog eyes. Sniff. Why are you crying? Mayuri doesn't answer me, she just strokes my cheek gently, silently. She's crying, but she doesn't seem sad, rather she seems overcome with emotion. Okuin came to pick me up. I waited for Mayoshi, I'm so happy. Don't get so happy over every little thing. Mayuri wipes away her tears, making room for her shy, innocent smile. So, Mayoshi's class changed from hostage to girlfriend, right? Indeed. I have no idea how to respond to such an embarrassing question. But she's right. Mayuri and I are officially a couple. After these long, painful 20 days, I finally noticed how important Mayuri is to me. Plus, she told me that she loved me. Thank goodness. It wasn't just a dream. Let's get going already. I'm going to die standing here in this damn heat. I start walking without waiting for Mayuri's response. But the lab's hot too, isn't it? At least we've got a fan, and besides, I'm thirsty. Gotta get my daily dose of Dr. P. It's Sunday. Despite the heat, there's plenty of shops laden with bags. There's plenty of shoppers laden with bags enjoying themselves at the street at Akiba. I suddenly feel a void in my heart. Nothing about this town has changed. Yet it feels like something is missing from my life. No doubt it's the gap that was left by Krisu. There's no such thing as a perfect future. That's a fantasy that no one can realize. I mustn't forget. This is the future we wished for. The future fought for. And won. I have what's most important to me, Mayuri. I should be thankful for that. I am blessed far beyond the common man. I look beside me and realize Mayuri's not there. I turn around. She's not there either. Mayuri? She's gone. She's always like this. Sometimes she just wanders off. Anxiety seizes my heart. Mayuri promised she would never leave me. This world line is worthless without her. I shout her name at the top of my lungs. I search for her in the crowd, but it's too thick to see. Over here! I turn around, see Mayuri running towards me. In her hands is shaved ice. You said you were hot, remember? I thought it would be nice to eat something cold. Don't scare me like that. I feel so relieved. I want to embrace her, that small body of hers. But we're in public, so I stop myself. I take the shaved out ice and hold my empty hand out to Mayuri. Hold my hand. Okay. Mayuri takes my hand. Her slender fingers intertwine with mine. Let's save the shaved ice for when we get to the lab. It's too hard to eat while walking. But won't it melt? If it melts, it melts. Oh, well, I guess you're right. We can't eat it if we're holding hands anyways. I won't let go. I won't ever let you go. Mayuri won't let go either. Mayuri puts a little more strength into her grip. Love for her fills my heart. Suddenly, Mayuri looks up at Radican. Okuin, is it possible to dream when you're awake? When you're awake? You mean daydream? Is that what it's called? You're so smart. I don't know who it was, but Mayuri feels like she had a very important friend. What? And whenever I think about that important friend, my heart hurts. Like, you know? And sometimes I hear a voice. A voice? The voice tells me to find happiness. All of that was undone. I erased those memories, sacrificed them. I wonder if that voice is the reason Mayoshi's with Ocarine now. Perhaps everyone remembers their experience from other world lines. Those memories may be vague and tenuous, but they're there. They speak to us from the dreams, visions, and deja vu. If I ever met that person, I want to tell them thanks. I'm not the only one who remembers. I wonder who it was. It must have been God. Oh? Well, thanks, God. Mayoshi's really happy. Mayoshi looks up. She reaches out to the sky like always. She shakes hands with the Stardust, twinkling beyond the coat of blue. I look up too. I hold back the tears. And on we walk, hand in hand.